Oh, baby, how
Let's get together, yeah, yeah, yeah. Why don't you and I combine?
And friends are friends forever if the Lord's the Lord of them. All my life, you're a friend of mine.
It's Cece and Adam.
Momlennial podcast, welcome. It is the trio, all the generations represented, back together again. And Adam, what episode are we at here?
This, I believe, is episode 154.
Here's what I have noticed. If you guys are watching this on video, somebody watches this YouTube while they work out, which is the best thing I've ever heard in my whole life. What is the millennial using of the fingers and the pursed lips? What on TikTok, it's like, do an unboxing with me. And then they do.
Hi guys, welcome back to the vlog.
What is that?
Yeah, this is a Gen
What
Z
is that?
question.
I think it's from the YouTube 2016 era. I think that's what really cut a chord with the millennials. I think back then everyone was doing like the very curated, like, hey guys, welcome to this. Like today I'm gonna be blah 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 blah. Whereas now Gen Z can just pick up a phone and start yapping to the camera, and there's no problem.
Okay, funny story. I was in Hobby Lobby yesterday, and no disrespect to the amazing voiceover artist that did the Hobby Lobby in-store announcements.
Yes.
But her voice was a little irritating to me. And so I was there with my Piper and I said, welcome to Hobby Lobby. Please download the Hobby Lobby app. The next time you're shopping, you're going to save tons of money on deals and discounts in store and online. So I'm like mocking the lady's voice. The lady in front of me turns around. She goes, sounds like you should do this for a living. Or no, she goes, sounds like you missed your calling. And I go, oh, it is my calling. I'm a voiceover artist. I've been called.
I nailed that one on the head. I knew what I was doing.
I've been called. And Piper was a little mortified. She claimed she wasn't, but she seemed mortified to me.
Only you could start drama at Hobby Lobby. I love it.
Yeah, literally.
Hobby Lobby, exactly. It's kind of like going to church, but not quite. And I can start drama there too. So don't even get me started about that. Hashtag pastor's wife over here. Eliana, going back to what you were saying, I saw the most fascinating thing today. By the way, Ellie's voice, your little Temu microphone that you ordered from Temu.
I know. It was Amazon.
Amazon.
It was Amazon.
How much was it?
Like $15.
Okay. Ellie has a $15 microphone. It's always been very confusing to me on the podcast because a lot of times her microphone sounds way better than my literal professional microphone. Right. But it broke. So there's that.
Thank you. Yeah. So if I'm a little cloudy today, that's why.
Yeah, you're on your computer. We are all connecting from our various locations, though, in the United States, which is fun. But so this lady is a social media professor at the University of Alabama.
Those exist?
No way.
Now, Alabama went TikTok famous 3 years ago. Ellie, tell us why. Adam, I know you're not going to know. And well, let's let
you
Adam
can guess. Yeah, you can guess.
3 years ago, Alabama TikTok, all the rage because of what? Would you guess?
Yes.
I'm going to guess that it's something food related, something deep fried, something Southern hospitality, maybe a tornado video.
It has to do with houses.
I would never guess that.
It's like doing this. Like, give you any hints?
Nope.
Okay.
Are we holding hands?
It has
on the
to
way
do
to
with
the swamp?
Greek houses. Does that give you?
Man, it feels good to be a Zeta.
Man, it feels good to be a Zeta.
That's been my TikTok all week. Man, it feels good to be a Zeta.
I missed the train stop on that social media stuff.
Okay, Adam. Adam, Roll Tide, University of Alabama, SEC school, known for their intense rushing processes.
Sorority recruitment.
I got you. So better, girl, whatever, club.
Thank you.
Yes.
You should totally rush.
Hey, beta.
Oh my gosh. Can you imagine Adam?
Whoa! Who's going to bed at 9 p.m.? This guy.
Adam, you totally would get chosen because you're so funny. But you don't have the right clothes. So this is what The
True.
whole thing,
That is
it
true.
revealed to the rest of the world what happens and the preparation that goes into rushing a sorority at the University of Alabama. And then a couple of girls went famous because of their outfits and their Gucci. And then they would do fit checks, and it was like Travis
Louis
Yearman,
Vuitton, Chanel,
Live
David
Chanel,
Yearman.
David
Yeah.
Oh,
Yearman.
we're talking high name end here.
Something called the
Yes.
Pants Store went famous.
Is that where everyone's
Nev-
getting the leopard pants? The
No,
cheetah
the
print
pants store. No, the pants store sold all like the Golden Goose tennis shoes. Adam, they would wear.
Oh,
They would roll up to sorority recruitment in Golden Goose tennis shoes that were $600, and they look like they'd been
and they're
worn for
already
7
dirty.
years.
What?
Did I recently Google Golden Goose shoes 9.5?
No. Is this like
I
the pre-ripped
did.
jeans thing?
Yeah, but on a whole nother level. Like, who's
Whole
spending
nother
$500 on pre-worn shoes?
Yikes!
Exactly.
Yikes! Sounds like they
So-
need a Dave Ramsey alpha.
But approaching a half-century mark, if those things are comfortable, they are add to cart. Okay, so anyway, we got introduced to it was the Lulu tennis skirts with the Golden Goose with the David
Obviously.
Yearman jewelry, and then everybody had like inherited jewelry from their grandma. It was a whole thing. So okay, I was watching like with bated breath to see which girls got accepted to what houses.
To what houses?
So Kylan Darnell went super popular. I still follow that
Mhm.
girl and her sister to this day. Why? I don't know. I don't
in
know.
her shoes.
I don't know.
What's
But
her
anyway,
sister's name's Izzy, right?
Izzy Darnell, yeah.
Yeah.
I follow her too. She's beautiful
Yep.
makeup tutorials.
They're
I
so-
follow it. Can you
they're
tell?
So cute.
Can you tell? Can you tell?
Can you-
No? Oh,
Yes.
that's shocking.
I'm noticing.
So this professor of social media at their school said that now Rush Talk has moved on to a different school where it's a little bit more realistic. I can't remember what school it was. And they said this, she said, this is the cycle of social media. And I found this so fascinating. She said, what happens is online, think of Pinterest 2010, things get curated to perfection. And everybody wants to strive to attain perfection. And then they start feeling bad about themselves. So inevitably, the cycle then switches to a more realistic or mockery of said perfection. So Pinterest 2010 then became Pinterest fails, where people were trying to do the perfection. And then they're like, wah, look at real life, which is, And then so Bama, TikTok 3 years ago, all the things. She goes, I could have predicted this. She said, now we're moving on. And this year, you're going to see a school that has Rush, but it's not all about the David Yearman and the Golden Gooses. It's just more realistic with more realistic budgets. And she was like, the next thing, and she said it happened on TikTok. TikTok took off. 2020 pandemic, It was fun, funny, little cute videos. Now, then it was taken over to a lifestyle that nobody can actually achieve. This is why I think our podcast hits, because we are just
We're just
not
we're-
perfect
We're,
in
we're,
any sense.
we're wearing the New Balance Alpha.
Well, you represent.
Yeah, I am. I'm
You represent dad shoes.
That's right. Representing one generation on the outside, another on the inside, covering all the gens.
Isn't that
All the
interesting?
bases.
That is.
No,
I
Mom,
totally
I
see
think-
it.
I think they were saying that as I saw a video, and it was schools in the South getting ready for sorority recruitment, and it was like, we need the balloon arches to be here on this day, lunch catered this day, like all the things. In the North, and it was just a girl on her phone. She was like, oh yeah, did you guys do work weeks next week for recruitment? Like, do I need to do anything for that? So I think next is going to be like Big Ten, Northern schools, so it's a lot more chill. I mean, there's still some of like the sorority pressures with it and whatever you want to call it, but I think next is going to be Northern schools. Like you could see like a U of M, Michigan State,
Totally.
Ohio State. that
You
kind of stuff.
now you never had any. You went to U of M. Your
Mhm.
husband went to Michigan State. You never,
Mhm.
and so you guys both spent time on both campuses.
Yeah.
You never had any interest in rushing.
No, every person that I've talked to that rush or is a part of a sorority does not like it.
Oh,
No.
wow!
Like
Oh.
Give us
they're
the
always
tea.
no, okay. I have friends that have complained about the rules, like the tight rules that the tight rules that they hold you to, like,
Choking on my
and you
tea.
have to
This is
and you
good
have
tea.
to you have to be like at the house at certain times for certain events, and it's like all day things, and you're meeting all these people, and people are like, I don't want to be here this long. And then the girls that have to live in the house say the food's terrible and there's no AC and you have to pay all this
Well,
money
it's
to share a
college.
room, and it's like brutal. And they're like, I can pay less and go live somewhere else with people that I actually like. And there's always drama. And then
Well,
everyone's like, this is just so unnecessary.
isn't one of your best friends from college, isn't she in a sorority?
Yeah, and she hates it.
Do they do it for the connections?
Yeah. Well, her mom did it, so she rushed to try to be in the same sorority
Oh.
as her mom, but then she wasn't able to get in the same sorority as her
You know what
mom.
that's called, Adam?
Living vicariously.
Legacy.
Oh,
you're a
the
legacy.
of
It's
the
like
alpha, alpha,
Ellie
beta,
is
beta.
on this podcast because legacy.
I'm a legacy.
She's a legacy hire.
Yes.
And I'm an anomaly.
Okay,
Well-
Adam, I was at a big Christian music festival this week. You and I used to work that
Oh.
event together.
Yes,
Aw.
good times.
People were asking about you. One lady demanded to know why you did not fly back to work an event
Where I don't
for a
work
radio
anymore.
station. You haven't worked in 6 years?
We're getting there. It's close. It's
Yeah.
close.
I was
Wow.
like, do you work for free? I don't work for free.
I tell you what, though, best Choco Taco I ever had was at that festival. I'd fly back for that. That
For the
was
Choco Taco?
good. Mm.
I'm a big fan of the steak tips myself. Here's what I'm wondering if I could give people some festival rules from the other side of the table.
I
Okay.
think this will hit. This will be
I'm
great.
gonna start with this. If you are a middle-aged woman, my age,
Oh, this should be good.
you don't actually need a child's toy that I'm giving away for free to children. Let me give you an example. Let's say we're giving bubble wands and light up bracelets to children. That you know, the ones you crack and they glow in the dark.
Oh, the best.
They're clearly right for children. I don't need that.
I'd ask for one.
Okay. Well, even if you want one, Mom, it's fine. But how many would you guess would be appropriate?
One per
One.
person, I think. Would be fine.
One. Yeah, I don't think you need to ask for 4 and 4 connectors to put it together to make a necklace. I just
Oh, they're
guessing.
going hard. They're going real hard. They want the
these
whole
are all.
set.
This is all the amount that I have to give away. If I give you half the bucket, middle-aged mom, the children aren't going to have any.
Well, then it's like a whole family with a bunch of kids, right? One gets 4, then they all want 4,
Yes.
and then you're out within 20 minutes.
And then I know where it comes from because then your son, who has 18, what would Jesus do? Bracelets up and down his forearm that he has collected from every Christian radio station at the event, just went through and just grabbed all the free swag. That's fine. You don't actually need to ask for 2 what would Jesus do bracelets at my table because what would Jesus do?
Get one.
Get one.
Get
Or
one.
he would multiply the glow sticks for the 5,000, and then everybody would
Just
get
start
10.
handing them out.
Yeah, just start. It won't stop.
You get a glow stick. You get a glow stick.
Mind-boggling.
Everybody
Mind
gets a-
blowing.
And then did you have anyone
Listen,
come
what
back?
has my life become? My life has become a middle-aged woman policing free crap that we ordered from Temu and ensure, like, I don't want to do this with my life. I have more important things to take care of, more important matters.
You-
Maybe you need a career switch.
I think so.
Maybe you could lead a sorority.
Oh, man.
Oh,
that would be
Mom,
tough
you could
on
be
those
house
kids.
mom.
I
You
don't
could be house
Oh,
mom.
you'd rock that. You would.
Did you know
absolutely
that's a
rock that.
thing?
Here's the thing. We were talking about this at work recently about like roles and like leadership. And someone said, oh, I tried to get to put you in a leadership position like a couple years ago because you just kind of have an ability to tell the truth. I said, I would have people crying, rocking back and forth in the
Yeah.
fetal position because if you
Yeah.
make me mad, it's over. It's
Lord have
done.
mercy.
Yeah, beta brutal.
You can't handle the truth.
Beta brutal.
What's that? What did he say?
That'd be your sorority name, beta brutal.
Beta brutal.
you would tell it like it is, and I'd be there eating popcorn, and I'd be there for it every minute.
Adam knows. He was on the other side of my wrath a few times. Beta brutal.
Beta brutal.
Showing her true colors.
Alpha
Oh, as your
honest.
daughter, I've seen it too, so we're good.
Thanksgiving morning. We're usually fighting
Oh
about
my
the turkey.
gosh. Ugh,
That's
that's beta brutal. Oh
every-
my
what do you-
Ellie's
what do you
not
fight
even
about?
coming home this year for Thanksgiving because she don't want to fight
Nope.
with me about the turkey.
I'm not having it. What? Okay, what is there to fight about with a turkey? That's what. Is it the?
Oh,
the
she's
dark
a
let
control
me paint
freak.
the scene. Let me.
She's-
I'm the
Oh.
control freak.
You're such
Hold
the
on.
control freak.
Okay, let me paint the scene. Okay,
It's all the tea.
it is.
all the tea.
It's
Grab the
Thanksgiving
glasses.
morning. You know who's made the turkey 5 years in a row at this point? Me. I have the Pioneer Woman brine and the Ina Garden stuffing butter recipe in a notes app ready to go at all times. Okay, I have sent her with a grocery list. There are onions that are being prepped, lemons that are chopped up.
Oh,
Like
snap.
there's a compound butter in the fridge. We are good to
I don't even
go.
know what that
Okay,
is.
this thing has been brining in the garage in a stainless steel turkey basting pan that my grandmother gave her, like for a day. Okay, it is primed and ready. You're going to have the most moist turkey ever. And then there's the turkey trot that happens in front of our house every year though, and my
Oh, the
friends
race.
run the turkey trot. So I have a little bit of Pastor Dave in me. I like to see the people, like to cheer on the people, like to be happy for the
As you're
runners. You know?
brining on the curb.
Exactly. So I have a schedule in my head. Okay, we're eating at 1. Turkey needs to be in the oven at this point.
Yeah.
This apparently was not the schedule that my mom had in her mind. And she was thinking, girlfriend, you got to be in the kitchen right now. The turkey needed to be in the oven half an hour ago. And I'm thinking, no, everything's fine. I got it under control. And then things spiral because when things aren't in a timely manner in the timeline that is communicated, problem. That's
It's
when
over.
things go alpha, gamma, cray, cray.
Beta brutal. We're yelling right in front of the turkey trotters, screaming match.
Oh, yeah. And then Pastor Dave
Screaming
comes in and
match.
he's trying to control the situation,
Oh,
and then it
snap.
just gets bad.
We have three. We have
snap.
3 control freaks in the kitchen.
Yes.
Everybody trying to
Ooh.
get their own way.
Ooh.
Yep.
Ooh.
My lemon rosemary chicken, though, turns out great every year. I rest my case. Thank you.
So it's a whole
Just
it's a
gotta
tug of
say.
war. It's a tug of war on Thanksgiving morning. No, my turkey.
Mhm.
Oh man,
Exactly.
that sounds like a lot.
And it's always like my birthday or on my birthday or close to my
Yeah.
birthday. And
That's right.
then
And then we
everybody's
throw
sick.
that in there.
Well, and
Yep.
then nobody wants to make me a cake because they've spent so much time on Thanksgiving.
Oh, it's all about pies on Thanksgiving.
I
Yeah,
know,
but she
right?
doesn't want pie on her birthday. She wants
You
cake.
gotta have cake.
Beta brutal, baby.
Beta brutal. Maybe y'all should just like Boston market it this year or something, you know?
Never.
Don't swear in my presence. Boston Market?
Which doesn't even exist anymore. That's a flashback to the
remember it.
80s.
I don't remember ever actually going, but I remember seeing one.
It was the place where it was always around, but you never stopped at. Not for any bad
Yep.
reason. It just was
Yep.
there. You're
I
like,
do
oh, this
like
Boston
the
Mattress
Market.
location
Mart.
of it.
Kind of like Mattress Mart. Yeah, Mattress Mart.
Oh, it's there,
Mattress
but
Mart.
we're on our way to IHOP or something. So, wow. Well, that's fun. You know,
Yeah,
speaking of
yeah.
cooking, I've made the 80s very proud. You know what I've gotten really into lately more than ever before? It's kind
Cool
of
Whip.
awesome having your own place.
Jello.
Which is funny because I was looking at a recipe for dessert that has to do with Cool Whip yesterday, but I have been crock-potting up a storm. Finally, I'm utilizing all my kitchen appliances. What have I been waiting for? Why have I just been
So what
throwing
do you do?
chicken in the
You
pan?
work on the morning show. You throw a little crock pot in before you leave for work, and then you come home for lunch, and it's like, or for dinner, and it's done.
Dinner at 3:30 p.m.
Oh wow, Arizona has really enveloped you into their
Guys,
culture.
when we're recording this, it was a Friday night last night. I went to bed at 9:30. I haven't done that on a Friday night since probably toddler. And it was awesome. I was like, I'm so rested this morning. I can crock pot all day, baby.
What have
I
you been
don't know
making
why-
in the crock pot? Your little chicken recipe?
I've been, you know what's fun? And this is how I know that I'm definitely hitting the mid-30s now. I'm loving social media for all these recipe videos. And I'm
How many
seeing
cream
them.
of chicken soups are you going through a week? Just a question.
Amazingly none. But you bring up
Oh,
a good
good.
point about that, Ellie. There's certain things that for a single person, way too big. Why does chicken broth need to be the size of a whole water tower? I just want like a shot's worth for one recipe. I dump out half of it every time. I never use enough. It's too much.
Okay, mom tip time.
Please.
You have
Freeze
an ice
it.
cube. You have an ice cube tray.
I do.
Okay, the next time is you pour it into your ice cube tray, freeze it, put it in a Ziploc bag, label it chicken broth, and you don't have to buy chicken broth for 2 months.
That's brilliant. That's
You
brilliant.
can do
See,
the same thing with
could be.
tomato paste. If you open a
Oh.
can of tomato paste and you don't use it all, you put it in a
Okay,
Ziploc
Ellie,
bag, score
Ellie,
it.
though, are you as concerned at this point of the story as I am? What recipe have you ever seen that only utilizes a
Yeah,
shot of chicken
of
broth?
chicken broth. Usually you have to
What
coat
are-
the whole thing.
Yeah,
You
what are you
usually use
making
the
with a
whole box.
teaspoon of chicken broth?
I mean,
Yeah.
maybe I have a problem. I'm thinking shot like a half a cup. So
That's a big
well,
shot.
you just shoot it in
He
the
is
crock pot.
Catholic.
Double.
That is I'm having a good time. If you just quick, everything's a shot in a crock pot. You just throw it all in, mix it together.
Ah, bada bing, bada boom.
It's great. I got 5 meals for the rest of the week. I can't believe I haven't utilized this in my life till now.
Well, that's awesome. That's really
amazing.
great. What are
I'm
you making?
I did this like chicken honey something recipe that had like all the veggies and the chopping and all the seasoning. I put in potatoes and green beans in the oven the other day, seasoned them. I'm going next level. I put olive oil. I drizzled. Guys, I drizzled. I never drizzle. I just throw
Balsamic?
stuff in the oven.
What'd you drizzle?
Just a little bit of olive oil, some salt and pepper, a little bit of garlic powder, and some Italian seasoning. Oh, that
Hey,
was
that
good.
sounds
Wow.
delicious.
Actually, it
Nice.
turned out good. I couldn't believe it.
I got a question for both of you.
Yes.
You're both in new communities. Adam,
Yes.
clearly you're spending your free time cooking for yourself. And
With the
Ellie-
retirement
a
community.
bit of hungry.
Ellie's just moved into a rental house.
Yes.
Her husband starts dental school soon. I know he's in orientation.
Congrats
What's
to
your
him.
plan? What's your plan for making friends?
I went line dancing last night with all of the line dancing.
Line dancing.
You did
Like
Achy Breaky Heart?
cowboy boot scooting, like yeehaw, shuffle, pivot, the whole thing.
Cece is horrified.
I'm not
Or
horrified. I'm
excited.
very proud. Was this with
Aw.
young people? Other young
Yes.
people?
Yup, it was with a bunch of dental school kids. I got told I was the favorite +1, so that made me feel very accomplished.
Ellie.
Making
Put
a bunch
that
of
on
friends.
a t-shirt.
Yep, best +1. Go me.
Okay, so then how are you going to take the next step in relationship with the you can invite
We're
somebody
working
over?
on it.
She's going to
We're
line
working on
dance.
it,
It's all
'cause-
stepping.
Well, because everyone's obviously in class all day, so then it's like
Oh.
I just kind of got to figure out hang out with the +1 people, everyone else. So we're getting there.
Okay. Are there other young married couples like where the husband is in dental school or the wife, and then they're
But usually what I'm seeing is I've seen 2 like wives or fiancés in dental school, and then their husbands are in medical school.
Oh.
so you have to apply to medical school?
Exactly. I was like, I can't do that. But then everyone's like, oh, you're so smart for not doing this. And I was like, yeah, I know.
I'm in media.
I was like, I
That's
reckon
right.
it's kind of fun because I'm like, I reckon advertising. And they're like, advertising. And I'm like, yep, I'm an account manager. They're like, oh,
For what company? Never mind, doesn't
That's
matter.
right.
yeah, it
I'll
does matter.
Trucking, the trucking
video-
industry.
Woo.
Which is very important. That's how I get my potatoes to roast in the oven now. So I appreciate all them truckers. But
Okay, so are you inviting people over to share your crockpot meals with you then, Adam, or what? I'm trying to push you guys. Got a community going.
okay.
I do have to dip out quick because my mother-in-law is here and we're gonna go get breakfast. So
Oh.
I gotta scoot over to the coffee shop that is also in a greenhouse. Interesting
Oh.
fact.
Is that your
Wow.
coffee shop? Okay, we'll talk later.
Currently.
Have
Yeah,
a great
we'll
day.
figure it out.
Tell your mother-in-law I
Thanks.
said hi.
Yeah.
Will do. Toodles.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Proud of you for line
Toodles.
dancing.
Yeah. Way to stretch your comfort zone. I don't know if I could line dance.
I could line dance. I just wouldn't be following the correct moves. When I was in college, I played soccer, and I went to a liberal arts college, and you had to take arts classes too.
Oh.
And I had to take like a dance class. And so I took dance for sport that was taught by the ballet professor.
Oh, snap.
And I was like, this is going to be super easy. I couldn't figure anything out in that class. I looked like a clod hopping elephant in that class. They were going right. I was pirouetting left. They were going low. I was going high.
You're looking for interpretive dance 101, which is right down the hallway. They're impressive. They're on their tippy toes. They're stretching.
know.
It's like they're doing things I didn't think the human body could do. But
I know.
well,
Okay, so getting back to friends, did you
Yes.
go to the fantasy football draft?
That's this coming Friday, this week
okay.
coming up. So I just got the details. They're doing a taco bar, which I think is a blast. And we're all gonna be hanging out together, and I got more details. Praise the Lord. The system keeps track of all the points for you per player, because I was thinking, oh no, do you have to watch 8 games on a weekend and take down points? And I'm not a numbers guy. And so
You know so little about
chat.
this whole thing, don't you?
I'm going in completely blind. I have no idea.
I love how I'm like, I gotta watch the Lions game.
I gotta take down points. Oh, he tripped. That's like -2. I'm gonna be like holding a football, walking into this taco bar, like, what's up, y'all?
What's up?
What's up? Beta football, am I right? So it'll be a good time. It'll be great. So you would ask if I'm bringing food to friends. Not quite yet.
And we're not at that point yet. Okay.
We're not at that point. It is funny though, because like the first time I used the crock pot, like a month ago, I brought leftovers in for lunch, and all these coworkers are like, "That looks amazing. That's what a cook. What is this?" I'm like, "This is such a hustle." Literally had to blow dust off the crock pot lid to make this meal. so I'm like, yeah, this is really going great. This culinary arts career. As I'm eating my chicken with Italian seasoning. But here's the funny thing. So I reached out to the church I started going to.
Yeah.
And you and Dave have been in ministry for years. You know how this goes, right? So I asked about any young adult groups to join. Are there any offered to the church? And then I put in the one question. I should have known. I should have learned my lesson back in the day. I said, or is there a need for a young adult group?
No.
Me back.
Oh, no.
There's
Now
a
you're
whole
starting one.
4-paragraph.
Oh, no.
Page of I'm like, oh, we had one.
Or is there a need for one?
I should have stuck with, oh, there's a need. I should have stuck with the football. And anyways, so I'm going to meet with the priest on this week just to talk. Because I told him, I was like, I'm a little triggered. Ministry. I did. I'm not giving away my Sundays again. I'm not doing it. I was in ministry for 9 years.
Oh, yeah, you are.
Great.
Yeah, you are.
No. All y'all young adults can do your own thing on Sundays. I'll be here on the couch as a 33-year-old adult resting. I got to get up at 4:30 the next morning.
You're starting a group. You are starting a group.
It's going to happen.
I know it is.
I'm that guy where it's like, oh, I could probably take on that, I guess. So we're going to find out what it really entails.
And I can tell you as a pastor's wife what this really entails. Clear out your apartment, get some folding chairs. Put some chicken in the crock pot. Bam. Young adult. Hangout night.
Well, and now I'm at the point in life where I'm like, I'm kind of tipping the iceberg of the last part of young adult. You know what I mean? I'm not a 23-year-old.
Young in quotes.
Young-ish. We need to start like a middle-aged group or something.
Do you know where they're hanging out? Line dancing, allegedly.
Suddenly, I'm busy every night of the week.
Wow, dude.
So that might be. So I'm gonna see.
Mad props.
I'm gonna see. I might be open to it if it's a weeknight.
I think you're sick that day.
Sick. Oh, no, we'll see. Could be a great way to meet people, you know. And they just need someone to coordinate. They're like, we provide everything else. I'm like, okay, let's talk. I'm open to talking.
Adam, how long until you're leading the youth group too?
Oh gosh, that's a boundary. I literally talked to friends in Michigan before I left. I said, no, that's a boundary. I ain't doing it.
I have to see that.
I've literally kept secret. I was a dog house sitter here in Arizona for 2 months. So I know the second I'd say something, people would be like, oh, yeah, not yet.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, you're
no,
right.
No.
Sorry, I got to babysit the young adults. I'm busy that night. So that's my adventure.
I got to tell you something really funny as we sign off.
Yes, please.
I just heard this fantastic story about a young person who was advertising their dog sitting services. But the owner has cameras, and so they can check the time people are coming and going. Oh. And so it was reported to them that they were there for hours playing with the dog and this, that, and the other thing. And they're like, our cameras are telling a different story. Then you're reporting. It's not exactly the same.
But back our face, thanks.
What was that talk show where Maury Povich would say like,
you are the father.
Yes, you are the father. Like that.
You are the guilty. If you want more of the Momlennial podcast, well, then subscribe. That way you'll get new episodes without having to do the work, and that's totally our jam.